Hello, I'm Ellen Horan, President and CEO at Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm here for this week's Member Spotlight with Dave and Debbie Meese from Hair on the Avenue. Welcome, Dave and Debbie.
Thank you for having us.
Great.
It's really an honor to be here. Thank you.
Great. Now, Hair on the Avenue, over 20 years
Yes,
now
22.
in business. So why don't you share with us how Hair on the Avenue came to be?
Well, I'll start the conversation. 22 years ago, in May, we actually opened Hair on the Avenue, and it was located over in Kenhurst. It was a small salon just off of the side of our home. And about 5 years into that, we purchased the property over in Sinking Spring and opened that in April of '98. So it's coming up on past 17 years in Sinking Spring and 5 years over in Kenhurst.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Owning a business was always my dream, and I call her Hair on the Avenue. She's like my child, So yes, I can move her location, but she's in my heart, and it doesn't matter where we are. She's always Hair on the Avenue.
Now, Deb, I remember you telling the story before that you were working in a salon,
Yes.
And aspiring to be a salon owner, and you had a unique relationship with your boss at that time that you were very upfront that your interest was in starting your own.
Yes, it's a great story. They were my mentors, or still are my mentors, and I always wanted to have my own salon. I wanted to have children, and I decided, hey, what better way to match the two? So Dave built me my dream salon in the house, and when you add an addition to a house, people talk. So before people talked, we wanted to let them know we're building a business. I'm going to give you 2 years' notice. And what they did then was very professional. They wrote a letter to all of my clients and wished me well and said, encourage our guests to come with me. And 90% of them came. But if you, for some reason, didn't want to come or couldn't come, I was to train the person behind that was going to take care of them. So they really helped me a lot.
That's an extraordinary person there.
Yes,
And
yes it is.
you must have been an extraordinary employee for them to have that faith in
It was
you
like
and
they're
treat
like
you that
parents to me,
Yeah.
And then after about 2 years,
Yeah.
the owner came to me and said, hey, do you have room for me? So,
What a twist, huh?
Yeah, so now they both
things
work
come
for
around.
us. Yes.
How about that?
And both still working for us.
How about that?
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you also have an interesting progression coming into the business. You used to work in manufacturing.
I
so
did.
How does one go from manufacturing to a hair salon?
It wasn't easy.
Being a non-stylist.
I actually spent 18 years in manufacturing. I was in the foundry industry, which was a flourishing industry in this area at one time. And when we purchased the building over on Penn Avenue in Sinking Spring, I kind of knew that the handwriting was on the wall for manufacturing, especially the foundries in the area. And we started laying down a plan for me to leave manufacturing and then come and do the business side of Hair on the Avenue. So probably about 2 years, maybe 3 years into our location in Sinking Spring, I left manufacturing completely and came on board to do all the marketing, promotion, the community service, and the things that we feel strongly about.
All right. Now, we have so many family businesses that are members of the chamber. How do you balance work
question.
and home? Is there such a thing as too much togetherness?
Well, from day one, we've agreed to disagree. And that has taken the pressure off. We know we have different opinions. I'm the licensed professional, and he runs the business. I work in it. So it's really a nice match. I think we're good partners that way. Do we talk business at home? Absolutely. It's 24/7 for us.
Right.
She's our child. So
And part of owning, as you well know, a small business, you have to be 24/7. So for us, it pays off. We try to leave some of the things behind, but it's a continuous conversation. I think the partnership that we entered into, I knew what not to do within the business, and most certainly what to stay out of her way with, because she's incredible at what she does on the professional side of things, and I could bring the business and the marketing side, which is what I was good at.
Right.
So it's been wonderful.
Good distribution of duties.
Absolutely.
Now, talk to us about how the salon has grown. How many employees do you have now? What's the array of services? Because it seems to me it's expanded quite considerably.
When we opened over on Penn Avenue, we had 4 employees. We had a front desk person, Roberta, and then we had Sandy.
Still
who was,
there, right?
Yep, still there. Sandy, the manager of our nail department, who's still there. Joanne Zinger, who we talked about before, that was one of Debbie's mentors, and Deb. Now we're at 25. The salon continues to grow, and part of what we try to do is take things very slowly. I don't like to put undue pressure on our team. I try to bring people in that we can grow and give them opportunities to succeed, as opposed to piling people in and just letting them flounder and do things on their own. So we have a very set kind of training session that we put people through. We have things that they are required to do before they go out on the floor, a lot of which is with Deb technically, but a lot of things are also just on the customer service side, the non-technical skills, and we put them through those as well. So little by little, we were just talking out in the green room about some of the things that happen within the business. You know, people come, people go, but if the systems are in place, it makes for an incredible journey. So,
Right. We like to attract people that have a passion for the industry, and we have a lot of former salon owners that work for us, which I would work for us in a minute, because we offer a lot and we give a lot.
Right. Well, you know what? You must treat your employees very well, because I think it would be tough for a stylist to get over your no tipping policy. I would think they balk at that at first. So you must be doing something right in how you treat them. How do you get them past that?
if we bring someone on board right out of school, they really don't know any better. So we can bring them up in our system, and the no tipping policy is really something that they just grow up with. If someone's coming in from the outside that they were accepting tips, you just have to get used to the fact that that's not part of our culture. I always use the same talk, and I'll share it with you. You don't tip your doctor, your dentist, your lawyer. Why should you tip your beauty professional? And the days of paying someone $5 for a blowout and a set are long gone.
Right.
And that's not how we pay our people. We give them great benefits and great opportunities. So, and it's just our philosophy. It's certainly nothing derogatory about the industry. It's just what we believe in. And I think it's taken an incredible amount of pressure off of someone coming into the salon. It's about relaxing when you come into Hair on the Avenue. It's about being treated as a guest, and we call them guests instead of clients. And part of that guest feature is not having to worry about who do you tip what to, and how much money do you give this one, and how much money do you give that one. It's a set price. Here's what you pay. You come in, enjoy yourself, have a glass of wine or a beer. And
I would think from the stylist standpoint too, they know how much they're going to be making.
Absolutely.
Versus if you're so reliant on tips, it could go up and down.
Correct.
Makes it that's a nice trade-off.
Right.
Yeah.
And tipping is subjective. A lot of
Right,
times,
exactly.
You can give a great service, and if the person that received that service is not in the mood to give a great tip,
Right.
we'd much rather have all of that off the plate and
Right.
make sure that our team gets paid appropriately.
Right, and our team does like to work with the guests from the minute they arrive to the minute they leave, so we don't really have salon assistants. So that takes the pressure off as well, because our guests want to spend time with their service provider.
Okay, that makes sense.
And we like to exceed expectations.
Yeah.
You expect a great service, but it's the extra things that we
Right.
like to exceed at.
Right. Well, you must be doing something right, because you're getting a lot of awards.
We do.
There's a lot of plaques on that
Yeah,
one
there
wall that
is.
you have.
Well, we have 3 awards from the Chamber in the top 50. We have 11 years in a row as Best in Berks from Berks County Living Magazine. We have 11 out of the last 13 years as a top 200 salon in the country from Salon Today magazine, and a couple marketing awards and things. But I share with everybody in the salon, those are milestones for things that we accomplished in the past. What we try to keep focusing on is what's next, what's happening next. The awards are great, and they're wonderful to recall, and they make for a great wall.
Good validation.
Good
Yeah,
validation,
that's true.
but I say we can't sit back, because
Right.
there's always something new to learn. There's always something new to do. There's always a new thing or new service that we can offer, or even tweaking our customer service.
Okay. Do you have a final tip for your fellow chamber members on, growing your business, becoming stronger?
probably my tip would be just take advantage of every opportunity given, whether it's through the chamber or whether it's through any opportunity, giving back to the community. We're incredibly philanthropically oriented, and it's something that we feel strongly about. So we try to give back wherever possible. And if you give back to the community that supports you, it pays off 100 times over.
And just network and meet people wherever you are, at the grocery store, at dinner. You know, we hand out our business cards and, you know, give them an incentive to come in.
Right.
It's, you know, Berks County is awesome, and there's wonderful people. And if you just got to smile and say hi.
You're good at that.
Thank you.
Good. Well, thank you very much for being here today, and thank you for being a chamber member.
Thank
Thank you, Ellen.